Well, it's 3:45 in the morning, and I'm getting ready to go to a fishing tournament. It's the Delaware Valley Outdoors. We're going to have a special edition today. You're going to film me in a fishing tournament. Stay tuned. This is going to be real interesting.
Delaware Valley Outdoors, your best source for fishing information on TV, radio, and the internet.
We're here on the Northeast River in Maryland. Peace Valley Bass Anglers are having a fishing tournament today. I'm going to fish a tournament with my good friend Brian, and we're going to see what happens. Well, we've just made a 30-minute run out of the Northeast River. We crossed the Susquhanna Flats, and we are actually up in the Susquhanna River, and we're on a big grass bed. Just started the tournament. I'm fishing with my good friend Brian Clark, and what we're going to do, we got an early morning here. We're going to try some top water, some spinner baits. We have, I guess, around 7 hours to go. Got to get back there by 2, so we got to make every cast count, every minute count. You got this early morning bite off this grass bed. We might be able to pick something up here. I'm going to try throwing a spinnerbait right now. Let's see what happens. Brian's throwing a spinnerbait. We have a really nice grass bed here. We got a good drop off. We got about 20-some feet on the other side, so it really is a nice place to fish. We're going to see what happens here. There's a fish right there. When you get a big flat like this, and you can see that we're not the only boat out here. This morning when we launched, a number of boats launched with us, and it's amazing how many bass boats you can really launch in a quick period of time. It's important to really be prepared and stuff like that. Matter of fact, we had a little problem this morning. One of the guys in the club had a battery wouldn't start, and I had extra jumper cable so he can start. So you got to kind of anticipate a lot of that stuff when you're starting out on a morning. What we're doing now, again, we're kind of just on this is almost like what we call a community hole. It's a big flat that we're fishing, and I'm throwing a spinnerbait right now. I'm going to try to maybe throw some top water in a minute. And I think Brian is throwing a rattle trap. And what we're trying to do is just trying to get that early morning bite, get a couple of fish in the boat. Now we have, it's a 5-fish limit, and they got to be 12 inches. This is the summertime. In the spring, the limit goes, or the size goes up to 15 inches. So it's a lot harder in the springtime to catch some of these fish. But hopefully we'll catch some decent fish here today. Brian, you just got back from a big tournament down on the Potomac.
Yeah, Bob, I just got done fishing my first BASS tournament for the Northern Division. I entered as an amateur, so I fished from the back of the boat, same as I'm doing today. And didn't do too well in the tournament, but it was an excellent learning experience, and I can't wait for the next one.
You said it was a learning experience. Just quickly give a couple of the highlights of it, and how many boats and how different it is versus a club tournament like we have.
Well, in comparison to a Peace Valley tournament, which is pretty lackadaisical, yesterday down at Smallwood and Thursday also, they put in 210 boats into the out of the marina in no time. They got them all in about an hour, and it was really intense sitting there. I was mere feet away from some of my heroes. Roland Martin was there, Woo Daves, all kinds of guys, Steve Daniels, and it was really intense to be that close to those guys and to be really competing against them.
Yeah, it really gets you psyched up. You're pumped to see those guys. I'm really going to fish with these guys, or against them in a sense, and you could have drawn any one of those guys to fish with. But it was a tough tournament, wasn't it?
It was a very tough tournament. They had real bad front come through early in the week. It muddied up the river real bad. I think the guys who did well were probably in the backs of the creeks where the water was a little clearer. I stayed out on the main river, fished the spots that I knew. I don't know a whole lot of spots in the back of the creeks, and I was an amateur anyway, so I didn't make a whole lot of the decisions. But I think that the places we fished probably held a good amount of fish. It's just with the dirty water down on the Potomac, once that river muddies up, you just can't catch fish down there.
Brian, you know, you're out with, what, 200 and some fishermen. It really is tough fishing like a pro, isn't it?
No question, it's tough fishing with the pros. I mean, I was matched up against guys who their shirts were all patched up, all different kinds of sponsors. I mean, and they all had that look. They had that killer look in their eyes, like they knew exactly what was going on. And I mean, that gets in your head right away, because you think there's no way you're going to be able to compete with them. And like this tournament here, if I don't have a fish in the first 2 hours, I figure I'll catch a fish a little bit later on, you know, and still be competitive. But I'll tell you what, Thursday and Friday, when I didn't have a fish right away, I started worrying how far back in the pack I was already.
We'll be right back from the Northeast River after these messages.
NRA for your free gun-safe educational book at 1-888-4-EAGLE-4. That's 1-888-4-EAGLE-4.
You can hear the beep a little louder.
The JATES program has helped me so much in the outdoors.
For a long time, I didn't even know what conservation even was. I want to do my part for wildlife. I love being a JATE. Whether you hunt or not, the JATES program has something for everyone. I know I'm doing my part for wildlife.
I really believe children hold the key to the future of wildlife.
And NWTF believes it too. Mommy, what's wrong?
You can refuse to be a victim, and we can help. Call now about the I Refuse to Be a Victim safety course from the women of the NRA. It's not about guns or joining the NRA. It's about planning your own personal safety strategy. Call now.
Wild Turkey Woodlands program provides the materials. It provides a seed program, also technical assistance through their biologists. The land has been here for eons. It's only mine and my family's for a short period of time. We're the managers and the caretakers of it. That takes into account our way of life and our interest in our hunting heritage. And the Wild Turkey Woodlands program is the greatest conservation habitat development program of any conservation organization in this country.
Yeah, he'll keep.
He'll keep.
Like smallmouth? I can't see. I got the sun in my eyes.
Oh, get over here. I don't want to lose this fish. Look at this color of this fish, man.
He's awful dark, isn't he?
Dark. He's skinny. I think he's going to weigh. Oh, yeah. First fish of the day. It's 7:30 on a spinnerbait. All right. One down, bro. One down.
Nice fish, Bob.
Thank you. Oh, one down. All right. I'm throwing a spinnerbait here up on these weed edges, and Brian has decided to, what are you throwing, a rattle trap now, Brian?
Yeah, I'm throwing a chrome and blue half-ounce rattle trap. All I'm doing with the rattle trap is throwing it out here along the edge of the weeds, and I'm bringing it in a pretty steady retrieve, just tipping off the top of the grass. Anytime it gets hung up in the grass, I just rip it off with a sharp pull just like that. And a lot of times when you give it that sharp pull and rip it off the grass, that's when a bass will jump on it.
All right, I'm still throwing this darn spinnerbait here. See if we got anything.
You got one, Bob. Ooh.
Okay.
The one we're looking for is barely hooked. Coming right up into the boat here. Okay. This one's not going to keep. There's a start. Maybe we're on to something.
All right. Broke the ice. All right, well, it's about 10 of 8. We got one keeper in the boat.
Bob, I think I got another one.
Oh, there you go. Hold on. Brian's got one. They're hitting that trap still, though, Brian.
Yeah. Where there's little ones, there'll be big ones.
Was he out on the edge of the grass again, too, or what?
Sure was. As soon as I popped it off the edge of the grass, he nailed it. So we're going to keep doing that. Hopefully his mama will jump all over the rattle trap.
All right, those guys. There you go. Oh,
he's
got a little one over in that boat. Notice I had the net ready, though, Brian?
Yeah, they did have the net ready.
On that 12-inch fish? Well, it's 9 o'clock right now. I still only have one fish in the live well. Brian's had a couple of shorts. We haven't done anything on that weed bed, throwing spinner baits, a rattle trap, and a buzz bait. Now we're working down. We're going to start pitching worms and jigs to a lot of structure down here as we're moving down the bank. We've got a little bit of shade, so we're going to pitch to the shade until the sun gets on top of us and see what happens. But 9 o'clock, just one fish.
This one might keep. Open your mouth.
You want the measuring stick?
Bring him down here. See where he lands on the golden rule. Just touches that 12-inch line. So, he goes in the live well. You got one, Bob.
They'll keep.
Alrighty. Makes 2. What do you think about that, sports fans? Now we got a ball game. I hope he'll keep. How about if we put him on the scale? Measure him. Oh yeah.
Uh-oh, you got me on weight now, Bri.
All right. Now we're talking. Back out there and run this edge again. A lot of times you hit the weeds, it feels like a bite. It's 10 o'clock. We got 2 fish in the boat. Brian's got 1 keeper, I got 1 keeper. We're going to try to get some keepers in here. We're going to go to a couple of spots and throw some plastic at them and see if we can pick out a couple of fish real quick. Right now we're just going to run and gun for a while until we pick up some fish, find out what they want.
Well, it's 11:30. I only have 1 fish. Brian just caught another one on a rattle trap by the bridge abutments here. We're going to try to just hit the outside weed edge and see if we can come up with something. So Brian's got 2. I have 1. It's 11:30. Time's running out. I got to get on a stick. Well, we have about 35 minutes left. We're heading back towards the weigh-in. We've tried some spinnerbaits, caught fish on that, rattle traps. Brian's been Doing that, Brian's got 2 fish on a rattle trap. I have 1 on that spinnerbait. We had some fish on some plastic tubes and some baby brush hogs, but it's just been tough. Water's 82 degrees. It's mid-August, and it's just been real tough. Now we'll have to see how tough it was for the other guys, so stay tuned. When we come back from this message, we're going to have the weigh-in.
For your free gun-safe educational book at 1-888-4-EAGLE-4. That's 1-888-4-EAGLE-4.
You can hear the beep a little louder.
The Jakes program has helped me so much in the outdoors.
For a long time, I didn't even know what conservation even was. I want to do my part for wildlife. I love being a Jake. Whether you hunt or not, the Jakes program has something for everyone. I know I'm doing my part for wildlife.
I really believe children hold the key to the future of wildlife.
And NWTF believes it too. Mommy, what's wrong?
You can refuse to be a victim, and we can help. Call now about the I Refuse to Be a Victim safety course from the women of the NRA. It's not about guns or joining the NRA. It's about planning your own personal safety strategy. Call now.
Wild Turkey Woodlands program provides the materials. It provides a seed program, also technical assistance through their biologists. The land has been here for eons. It's only mine and my family's for a short period of time. We're the managers and the caretakers of it. That takes into account our way of life and our interest in our hunting heritage. And the Wild Turkey Woodlands program is the greatest conservation habitat development program of any conservation organization in this country.
375. Ready? 14th place, one fish, .75, Bob Murray. He's the bestest. 13th place, one fish, .86, Dave Jenkins. 12th place, one fish, 1.32, Lee Weimer. 11th place, one fish, 1.64, Dave Steckley. 10th place, two fish, 1.72, Brian Clark. 9th place, two fish, 1.82, Pat Fidelli. 8th place, two fish, 2.02, John Hoffman. 7th place, two fish, 2.10, John Kirkpatrick. 6th place, two fish, 2.37, Greg Lemick. 5th place, two fish, 3.03, Luke Summerlot. 4th place, two fish, 3.72, Dale Bernhardt. 3rd place, one fish, 3.83, Tim Higgins. 20-minute tournament. 2nd place, two fish, 4.32, Dean Pasella. 1st place, five fish, 5.43, Timmy Johnson. And Lunker goes to Tim Higgins, 3.83. All right. Good luck, guys.
Well, there you have it from the Northeast River. I want to thank Brian Clark for being with me today. Brian, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on, Bob. Had a great time as always.
And I'll see you again on Delaware Valley Outdoors. Yeah, I'm Bob Murray. Email me, Delaware Valley Outdoors, B. Murray